Hello viewers, welcome to UN Autonomous College. Today we are going to discuss about there is a new concept of theory of computation. Now we can focus on that slide. Here we are going to discuss about today topic that is known as deterministic finite automata, means, or we can say it is known as DFA, means deterministic finite automata, which is specially used in our theory of computation subject. In that subject it gives a fundamental idea about how to represent some automated systems, automated applications in our computer system. Now we are going to discuss about what are the different topic outlines are related to our theory of computation. Today we are going to discuss about some introduction about this topic, then some formal definition which is related to this topic, then we are learning what are the different graphical representations are used in our topic, then what are the different notation for transition diagram are used in our DFA diagram. Then we are learning what are the different examples is related to this topic that is known as a deterministic finite automata. Now we are going to discuss about what is the real use or what are the real meaning of that is known as a deterministic finite automata. Here DFA refers to deterministic finite automata. That means here the deterministic refers to the uniqueness of the computation, and that means the finite automata are called deterministic finite automata. If the machine is read an input string one symbol at a time, that means in the case of this deterministic is always used as a uniqueness. That means it is not never allow any type of duplication in our system. It is always referred to some unique reference, unique symbols, unique input values which is considered in our computer system. But whenever it is used in our technical term, we can say computational aspect, then it is known as a finite automata. Here that finite automata somehow linked with that is deterministic, then it is known as a deterministic finite automata. And this automata theorem must be considered to unique in their application, means it can consider a single symbol in our computer system. Now we can focus on the slide. Here already we discussed the part that is known as a one symbol at a time, never receive multiple symbol in our machine, which is considered in our automata theorem. Next we are learning that DFA is only one path for specific input from the current state to the next state. That means whenever user can provide any type of input to a specific state, that means that state must be create another new state, and that new state is here denoted as a next state. And sometimes that next state may or may not be generated, but whenever user can create another new state, in that time that next state is may be considered as a self state. There is no any new state is being created. But here DFA does not accept the null move. That means we never provide any type of epsilon or any null value to a specific state. It is always receive a specific value which is provided by your user, that is known as an input symbol, and that input string is helps to create a new state or self state. And then the DFA can contain multiple final states in our processing application, and which is used in lexical analysis in compiler. We know that in that final state is specially used in our computer system, and that final state helps to generate multiple final state in the case of DFA, but that way of analysis is always based on our lexical analysis. We know that in our compiler stages we have more than one stages. From that stage we have a single name that is known as a lexical analysis. In that lexical analysis we are only consider the concept of final state. By using that final state we are getting our consequence, and that state must be variated, must be distinguished through this lexical analysis. Now we can focus on a slide. Here we are going to discuss about another new part which is related to this DFA concept. Here this diagram specially focused on how to design a DFA, and that DFA must be looks like that. Here we can see that from the state Q0 is known as a state which is represented in a circle, and in that circle we are written as Q0, and that Q0 is a state, and for input A, here A and B as a two input symbol. By using that two input symbol we can create some string value in our automata computation. and there is only one path which is going to Q1. Whenever user can give value and is known as a starting state, and that value may be A, then whenever Q0 receive a input symbol that is known as A, and that A is received by Q0, then it can create a new state, and that new state named as Q1. Here, which is representing here, like a Q1 is known as a new state, and similarly from the Q0 there is only one path for input B going to Q2. Another state, whenever Q0 is received another input symbol like B, then it is also create another new state that is known as Q2, and that Q2 is known as a new state. Whenever that new state is generated by receiving that value input symbol like B, and that B symbol is received by Q0, then it can create a new state that named as Q2, and here we can make some final state, and here that final state is known as a Q1, and that final state already discussed in our previous topic, and that previous section of theory computation we are learning in our DFA we can generate more than one final states, and that final state is always represented through our double circle. In that double circle we are writing some state value that may be Q1, that may be Q2, whatever you want to put here, and that state considered as a final state, but here Q1 is known as a final state, and every state must receive some value, and that value is represented as A, B, and that is self generated, means self located in that state, that is known as A, B. Whenever user can give some input value A to state Q1, then it can denote itself Q1. Then whenever user can give input symbol B, then automatically that Q1 is self directed, and there is no any new state is created from this Q1 state. That's why it is known as a final state, and in this diagram we have single final state. But here Q2 never take any input symbol, but there is no problem. If a user want to make it final, then it is also possible, but we never generate that final state. Here in this diagram only we can keep one single final state, that is known as Q1. User may store or user may write more than one final state in this diagram, that Q2 may be final state if a user want to create it. If user never want to create any another final state, in that time we may consider as a Q1 as a final state. But one most important thing is like that in this DFA concept we may keep more than one final state in our DFA diagram. There is no problem. Next we are going to learning what is the real formal definition of DFA. Here DFA is a collection of 5 tuples which is already discussed in our previous concept. In that 5 tuples are represented here. Here we are using that Q, and that Q is known as finite set of states, and that Q is denoted as a final state of states because in a previous slide we have some section like Q0, Q1 and Q2. Here we have 3 number of state. That means we are making set 3 set Q0, Q1 then Q2, and here that 3 state considered as the Q. And next we are taking input symbol that is known as a summation, and that is represented as finite set of input symbol. That means whatever user want to take some symbol, that may be A, B, 0, 1, whatever, that symbol is considered as an input symbol which is represented in your summation term. And in this diagram, suppose the user can take an initial state that is represented as Q0, and that Q0 is known as the initial state, and here F is known as final state. Then we are using have a delta, and that delta is known as transition function. By using that transition function, user can create some specific table. By using that table we know that how to receive a specific input symbol from user side, and it can create a new state after receiving a specific input symbol. So that transition function may be represented as delta equal to Q cross summation, means input symbol, then we finally we are getting some states which is represented as a Q, and here in this we are generating the 5 states, but most one important thing is like that whenever user can represent that formal definition in that DFA concept, we generally know that use 5 tuples, and that 5 tuples is the most important part in our DFA, and that Q is always represented as a states, number of states, whatever you can use in a diagram, in a DFA representation, and each and every states must be part of that Q. That means by using that Q we are going to represent multiple states in our diagram. Next we are using Q0 as known as a initial state, that it is not fixed. You can use that Q0 is always using as a initial state. You may take any other value, like if a user want to take A1, okay, A0, okay, there is no problem, but generally we are taking that is known as a Q0 as an initial state. That means the initial state of a diagram. In that initial state should be represented in our transition tuple like Q0. In this diagram also we have another part that is known as a transition, and that transition is always represented through delta. By using that delta symbol we are going to represent more than one transitions, in which way we are getting a new states in our DFA diagram. Now we can focus on a slide. Here we are going to discuss about next part that is known as graphical representation of DFA. Here the DFA is the most important way of representation, because you know that every time user want to take the help of graphical representation. Through that graphical representation user may properly analyze different complex theorem in the form of graphics. That's why in this DFA concept also we are taking the help of that graphical representation. In that graphical representation the DFA is going to represent its trigram, means state diagram, in the form of 4 ways. Here the state is represented by vertices. Vertices means it is represented through circle, and that circle is known as a vertices. Next, the arc labeled with an input character show the transitions. That means arc means if a user want to make a state Q0 to Q1, in that time we can design an arc. That arc maybe is like some bending like structure. By using that arc we are making a transition. That means whenever a state can receive some input character, after receiving this input character it can create another new state, and that new state must be denoted or directed through this arc label, and that arc label is known as some directed state of a transition. Next we are learning here the initial state is always marked with an arrow. That means if a user want to give any type of input symbol to a fast beginning state of a DFA, in that time it is always denoted by a arrow mark in the left side, and that arrow mark is known as initial state. If a state contain or represented through arrow, that means it is known as a initial state in our DFA diagram. Here the final state is always denoted by a double circle. We know that, which is already discussed in your previous slide, how to represent a final state, and we know that each and every final state is always represented through double circle, because that double circle is known as a one representation structure. Through that structure we know that is the end or the consequence of a specific diagram. Maybe your diagram, maybe your application can give more than one consequence, there is no problem, and each and every consequence must be represented through our double circle. Next we are going to represent different ways of representation like your transition diagram, and each and every DFA concept always generates a table, and that table is going to represent through transition table, which is discussed in your next class. And here we are going to discuss the next concept that is known as some notations that are used in that transition diagram. That means if a user want to design a diagram, in the diagram we can use some transitions. In the transitions we may put some state, the first state known as a Q1, and that is every time a state is represented to circle with a state name, that means the name of a state, and a state is always looks like a vertices in the which is represented to circle. And next we have a transition is always represented through arrow mark, which helps to create one state to another state, and that represent through arrow representation. Next we are learning like your initial state means a starting state. Each and every starting state or initial state is always represented through this arrow mark, which is fitted with like a state q0. Otherwise you can also use another form of starting state, q0 dash, means it is known as a bar. q0 bar is always used as a starting state or a initial state in our transition diagram. Next we are learning how to create a final state. Sometimes that final state may represented through double circle, sometimes that final state may be represented through single circle. There is no problem, but we are always considered as a double circle which is used as a final state, because each and every movement your computer system gives some different concept. But here we know that that double circle is represented through final circle, or we can say final state, and sometimes that single circle may be considered as a final state according to situation of a application or a specific transition diagram. Not every time it is considered as. Next we are going to learning, so that here the DFA is always that takes the input to the automata can be any string. We know that every time user can give multiple values or multiple input characters to a specific state, which can create number of strings. That strings may be 4, maybe length of 5, maybe length of 2, whatever, there is no problem. But we can getting some strings through our automata process. And now we are going to put a pointer to the start state, that is known as a Q, and read the input string W. Then we are forming the left to right, and which moves the pointer according to the transition function, which is represented as a delta. We can read one symbol at a time. If the next symbol of string is W is A, and then that time the pointer is on the state P, then it moves to the pointer to the transition state. That means we know that whenever user can give any input symbol at the time of processing, in that time if a user can give first pointer like A, in that moment we can create a string, and that string may be AB or AA or A, triple A or triple B. Number of variations types of strings we can generate from our transition diagram, which is always represented in our slide. Now we can focus on a slide. Here we are going to discuss what are the different related examples which is linked with our DFA concept. Here the DFA with like your input symbol taking that is a 0 1, that means if a user want to design a input symbol, or we can going to design a transition diagram of a DFA state, in that moment user must take two input symbol like 0 or 1. Instead of 0 1, whatever you can use or provided by your example you can use in our transition diagram. Here we have two values or two character like 0 1 which accept all strings starting with 1. In this example already I discussed how to create different states, and here that the finite automata can be represented using a transition graph, and here this graph can be a specific way of representation, and that machine initially is in start state Q0, then on receiving the input 1, then the machine changes its state to Q1. Whenever this Q0 state receive a value 1, then it can create another state like Q1. That means Q0 is started with the value input character 1, then it can create another new state that is known as a Q1, which is already represented in this statement. And from the Q0 on receiving the value 0, whenever that Q0 can take or fitted by this value 0, then the machine changes its state to Q2. Whenever that Q0 can receive that value like 0, then it can create another new state like Q2, which is the dead state. Means this state is a dead state because this state is never taking any type of input symbol that may be a 0 or 1. That means it is a dead state. In that time it is known as a dead state. If that Q2 can inputted or given by any type of parameter or any type of input symbol like 0 or 1, then it can create another new state, or it is a self redirected, then it is not be considered as a dead state. But here that Q2 never taking any type of input parameter like 0 or 1, that's why it is known as a dead state. And in that term we are using that from the Q1 on receiving input symbol like 0 or 1, then the machine changes its state to Q1. That means whenever that Q1 state is taking two character like 0, 1, then it is self redirected to create another new state like that Q1. That means same state is redirected in that time. So that this is a possible input string that can generated are 10 or 11 or 110, then 101, then 111, etc. dot dot dot. That means we can create the first string starting with like your 1. That means the first level or first character of that string is known as 1. So that in this way we are starting our all strings start with 1. So this is a general DFA diagram which is explained in this DFA concept, which is represented as accepts all strings but starting with 1. If a user want to design this type of solving this type of problem, we can take this diagram to make a transition in our deterministic finite automata. So that in this general diagram we are making lots of transitions if a user can take more than one strings value or more than one input characters in this diagram. But it is a general way of representation which is gives a fundamental about a DFA example. In our next way of representation or next class we are learning different ways of examples which are related our DFA concept. Okay, finally, thank you. Have a nice day.